I'm literally sitting here in shock. I'm here to try and film this video, and I'm just so completely baffled. But what's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and it's time to talk about the Avengers game because even though this is now just a couple days before release, they finally decided to reveal that this game is actually going to have about $200 in downloadable content. This is just such bad news for a game that just keeps seeming worse and worse. Now, I have had a chance to already play a little bit of the Avengers game. I actually did the betas, and they were okay. The game definitely certainly lacks any sort of polish or passion, but hey, at least it's Avengers, right? At least we're getting a game that's placed in this universe and gives us a chance to play as all the heroes at once. I mean, that's an interesting experiment, but as I get ready for my review here in a couple days, the more I actually look into this game, the more I'm just completely baffled by it. In fact, there's even something strange that you probably don't know about. If you want the true backstory of this game, you need to purchase physical comic books. I'm sure you probably haven't heard this. This is where the actual story of the game takes place. Not in the video game, not in some sort of like YouTube video that's going to explain stuff that we have a digestible trailer or something. Nope, the true story of the game before it even releases is part of the Gamerverse. Gamerverse Marvel's Avengers comics. I mean, okay, so let's get into the story here to just kind of break down what's actually going on, which is this. We actually just had it revealed that Marvel's Avengers has a paid battle pass for every superhero after launch. Crystal Dynamics has promised that the superheroes added to Marvel's Avengers after launch will always be free, but it didn't tell us it didn't tell us until now that the cosmetics associated with those characters will have to be unlocked via a purchasable battle pass. Now, I want to stop right here for a second and say this is actually halfway interesting to me because I think the idea of all the new heroes being free, that is actually smart. I think it's cool, the idea of as more people are joining the Avengers, as the universe expands, you keep actually adding to the roster and not just with a price tag. Except now we realize that there is going to be tons and tons of battle passes. It is going to be Fortnite times a million when it comes to the microtransactions. So the way these really work is broken down here, and I really don't like the sound of it. Titled Hero Challenge Cards, completing daily and weekly challenges will level it up and thus unlock new items that can be equipped to be associated with the hero. Okay, so that means you're going to be literally logging in and doing the same missions again and again and again to try and get a costume you actually like after you have already purchased that specific battle pass for that particular hero. That's standard stuff for these sort of progressions paths, and this approach sounds fair considering you'll be earning credits to the base game's 6 superheroes. I don't know if I would say that sounds fair, but here we go. As part of a new blog post on the game's official site, it's stated that the 6 superheroes arriving in the base game will have their hero challenge cards unlocked straight away. So great, just by buying the $60 game, and that's if you're buying the normal version and not the deluxe $80 version they're already selling, that means that you'll be able to just actually play the game. You'll be able to just level up and unlock things, you know, like a fun video game. Starting with Hawkeye, you'll need to purchase these cards separately for 1,000 credits. This currency can only be bought with real-world money, and $5 will net you 500 credits. That means a single hero challenge card works out to be exactly $10. $10 for every single hero to have a chance to actually unlock all these things. And to me, this is annoying and weird because obviously sometimes the fashion is a big part of the game itself. I mean, that's part of what people do in stuff like Dark Souls is just being able to try and craft the coolest outfits. Now, I want to say battle passes are effective. Currently, I'm actually completely addicted to Fall Guys. I'm loving Fall Guys. It's extremely fun to try and level up and get new costumes and stuff. There's definitely something baked into the experience to try and have that bar continually fill up, getting new stuff, constantly feeling like you're getting better outfits, and thus you get a chance to further customize how you want to appear, right? The same way you feel good when you put on a real piece of clothing, it can be strangely satisfying to actually equip a digital piece of clothing, right? The fact that they're trying to monetize every freaking cosmetic in this game to such a heavy degree is completely baffling to me because obviously people are already trying to defend it. This is such a scam in my opinion. The fact that you're actually going to have to just buy every piece of clothing with real money in this digital landscape, But wait, people are already just rushing to defend it. So right here, we actually have a tweet by SkillUp. I love SkillUp a bunch. SkillUp's been talking about how this is just a worrying trend. And of course, Paul Tassi from Forbes.com, professional gaming journalist, has to immediately run up and defend this poor game. We have to defend the microtransactions. I need to make sure these poor microtransactions don't have their feelings hurt. It's a couple skins for the new hero, and the hero is free. You can earn enough money for free passes to buy it. This is nothing. To which I replied, and as you can see, people are actually liking the hell out of my comments because his is stupid. Microtransactions in $60 games is dumb. A season pass for every character post-launch is double dumb. This should not be treated as normal. I mean, if we're just going to put the oh my god, I'm literally just stunned that this is not a joke tweet. This is a serious tweet from this guy earns a lot of money by Forbes.com to talk about video games. And here's his professional video game opinion. I mean, if we're just going to put up the no microtransactions ever in $60 games argument, there's just no rebuttal. Either you believe it or you don't. A 40-tier battle pass with some optional cosmetics when the hero itself and new missions are free does not seem like anything. Well, let me just tell you, Paul, the reason that this is bad is because of something you yourself reported on. Are you ready? We're about to use Paul Tassi's own words against him as I flip over to here, which is a Paul Tassi article called List of 17 Leaked Unlockable Adventures Raises Some Questions About the Game. Well, that's Paul Tassi. This is Forbes.com. What's going on here? This is a weird mystery. Well, look at this. People are digging through the code and they discover that there are now actually 17 characters. That's $10, that's $10, that's $10, that's $10. This is literally, if each of these characters costs what the normal $10 freaking battle pass, in order to see what these characters are going to look like, in order to actually get a chance to customize and play and truly get the full experience, because let's face it, Fashionista is a part of the freaking experience. We are encouraged to constantly try and unlock stuff out. That means we would be spending $170 on these microtransactions. Now, what's really bizarre to me is I've even been digging through their official statement. This is them trying to pimp it out. These are the official developers trying to act like why things are so great. But they just keep spending so much time talking about the cosmetics, not so much about why this is going to be an epic game, not why we should be excited to save the world. And that more than anything, this is why it annoys me. I am a gamer, first and foremost. I enjoy comic books. Obviously, I have a comic book literally in my hands right now. But first and foremost, I'm somebody that wants a tight, contained experience. I want something that's going to tell me a story, that's going to put a shotgun in my hand, that's going to motivate me to actually enjoy saving the world, right? I think that's something that all of us can believe in. And I want to actually take a step over and say, I'm not completely against downloadable content. DLC actually has done a lot of very interesting stuff. Like right now I'm wearing my Doom shirt. By far, one of the experiences I'm actually most excited for in 2020 is the Doom DLC. And that's being completely serious. I think the Doom DLC seems like it's going to be an interesting new direction. And I'll be genuine about this. I am excited to pay for that. Not just to play it, I am excited to pay for it because I'm supporting a good developer who's genuinely going to use our money to make even better content. What happens if I buy these battle passes? What happens if I buy all 17 battle passes? Do I get a better story? Of course not. Do I get a chance to actually save the world with Tony Stark and his friends? Of course not. This game is not meant to be good, it's meant to be profitable. And that is when things really start to break down for me, is that video games are an art form. Video games are about trying to express ourselves through a community. It's about having this world that we can all participate in, a world that we can all believe in. And the fact that they've decided to make such a big giant universe like Avengers into nothing but a crappy punch-filled version of Destiny, I mean, to me, that's more than just disappointing. I want you guys to do me a favor. Please do not buy this game. Even if you have it pre-ordered like somewhere physically, do not pick it up yet. That way you can make sure you can still get a refund until I do my review. I think I'm getting an early copy of the game. I want to try and have my video out on launch day, which will be September 3rd. I want to make sure I get a chance to talk about this game and really rip it apart and see what's actually going on. Because if this is a huge cash grab, please save your money for an experience that's truly worth your buck. Reward good developers. Art is something that needs to be supported in the most careful ways. Vote with your wallet. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. This has been another random Dreamcast Guy rant. I hope you enjoyed it. If you had a chance to actually watch all this, I am working right now on a Tony Hawk review. That should be out like Monday or Tuesday, but I'm just going to go and enjoy the rest of my weekend. I love you guys a bunch. Have a good time, and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.